Let's talk about kidney transplants. They are one of the most common operations in the U.S., but these days it's becoming a lot harder to find donors, and many people are on waiting lists. According to the Department of Health and Human Services, there are 101,260 people currently waiting for a kidney transplant, and that number has nearly doubled in the last 12 years. James Pittman with St. David's Hospital and Dr. Shaw with the Austin Urology Institute join us this morning to tell us more about this big need. Good morning, guys.
Good morning. Morning.
So what do you think the reason is behind the lack of donors?
Well, the interesting thing we were just talking about this morning, since that infographic was made, it's gone up to 103,000.
Yeah, that's correct.
The wait list.
Yeah,
Really?
and so, really the reason why there's a need for more donors is because there's supply and demand imbalance. We have multiple people, individuals being diagnosed with either chronic end-stage renal disease or chronic renal insufficiency, which then progresses to end-stage renal disease. Hypertension, diabetes, two leading causes of kidney disease in this country, and we know that both of those pathologies are increasing among the population, and so therefore we see the impact that it has on the kidneys.
There's got to be a lot of fear and a lot of unknowns for folks who might be thinking about or who have never thought about donating a kidney. What are some of the misconceptions out there? I think the biggest question I have is, if I donate a kidney, how will my life be different after that?
Right, right. And, a lot of people think that by giving a kidney that I might put myself at risk for needing a kidney myself down the road by doing somebody else's favor. And the incredible thing is that there's an extensive preoperative screening process that we put every donor through. So we want to make sure absolutely they don't jeopardize their own health in the process of trying to help somebody else achieve a better life.
And you were also telling me during the commercial break that if you donate a kidney, you're not sitting on the sidelines for that long. Talk about what the procedure is like.
Right.
So it's really quite simple. After the evaluation is completed, we do a thorough, again, medical and psychosocial history. You brought into the hospital. Dr. Shaw can talk a little bit more about the procedure itself, but so just like a typical surgical procedure, the recovery is very quick. Usually, we have some donors that go home as quickly as 2 days. That wasn't always the case. As technology has improved, as we've become better at doing what it is that we do, by leveraging these new advances in technology, we're able to really kind of decrease the length of stay that the individual has to stay in the hospital.
We're almost out of time, but where do people go to say, hey, I want to be a donor?
Right. So the St. David's North Austin Medical Center is one of the largest transplant centers in Central Texas, and you've got that number?
Well, actually, if you just go to our website at stdavidshealth.com, you'd be able to find some information about that. There's lots of resources available on our website. Just one more thing is, another misconception is, a lot of times people think like it's a whole shot, like it's like winning the lottery to be compatible with somebody who maybe I know at work or through church, and I'm not even going to bother because the chances of me being compatible are like slim to none. That's really not the case. Most of the time there's a 1 in 5, 1 in 4 chance that there's a compatibility.
And from a surgical standpoint, real quickly, is that the important thing is we usually do these surgeries on a Thursday. It's 1 tiny incision around your belly button and 2 on the side. Most people go home on Saturday, the week of surgery, and usually go back to work in 4 to 6 weeks. So we make that surgical transplantation, the ability to donate, so much easier than it used to be years ago.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming in this morning. We'll have all this information and the links that James Pittman mentioned on our website at kxan.com.